To
Mm.
you as well, man. It's good to see you. Your energy feels really good today.
Yeah, well, we got the first preview performance, so first time with an audience tonight with the pirates, puppets, sea shanties, and fun show that we've been rehearsing for a couple of weeks now. Yeah,
Okay, that's awesome, man. So like,
yeah.
it's just the first preview show. So you guys have been practicing with the orchestra and everything already.
No, this is because I'm the only vocalist,
Oh.
and there's only it's a very small show. It's
Hmm.
like a sort of improv. Um, yeah, improv comedy with wackiness combined,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
then
So it's like a
also
variety show. A variety show.
not well, sort of, but at the same time, it's sort of incorporate. It's very audience focused at the same time because the two
Mm.
guys on stage interact with the audience just as much as I do when I come out with the large
Mm-hmm.
puppet that I control at the
Mm-hmm.
very end. But most of the
Yeah.
time, I'm in the background singing
Mm-hmm.
sea shanties to the tunes of what was it? The Paul Robeson Volga Boatman song.
Yeah. I
Um,
remember that. Talking about that one.
uh, yeah, and then of course the farewell Spanish ladies, and then
Okay.
also, and at the very end, a very high feminine falsetto of blow the man down of that old sea shanty. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I've heard
yeah,
those before.
yeah.
I don't know them well, but I've heard
Well, yeah,
those
I think
songs.
everyone will hear the shanty influence
Yes.
because
Yes.
I've
Yes.
worked on them so hard
Mm-hmm.
and sort of conducted the original lyrics for the narrative
Mm-hmm.
on top of them. And so, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's me a cappella, which has served me well with my first forays into busking, because I used to do busking completely a
Mm-hmm.
cappella for years on end. So that really helped
So,
me with
so
this
before
sort
you
of a show.
so before you had the speaker and everything, you should just go out there a cappella and just yeah, yeah, yeah. You just
Exactly,
man, that is
exactly.
insane.
Yeah,
That is
and that was the
insanity.
beauty. Yeah, that was the beauty of Paran markets, as we were talking about last week,
Mm-hmm.
um, of um, of it having this beautiful shell in the car park area. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, that's where I stayed for a long time because when you're doing stuff a cappella, you want a good shell because you
Yeah.
can't, don't, even though I do have very good projection being an opera singer,
Of
it's,
course.
um, it's just made that much more ambience and acoustically wise better, I guess. Is the right word for it? Yeah,
And you don't have to sing as heavy. You can lightly do it,
exactly. Mm.
and it'll project further. And do it needs it do it'll do what it needs to do on its own without you having to do anything to make it happen. Kind of, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
You
But I
know.
find so many places in Melbourne, dare I say, unfortunately, a huge acoustically dead zones,
Mm,
and then you got to sort of seek out your little um, awesome, awesome spots to be if you wanted to
yeah.
busk and really get your voice heard. And yeah, the car
Hmm.
park in Paran Markets is one of those places where you
Yeah.
just people come up to me and go, "I heard you all the way up in
Mm.
Coles," which is like 30 meters away. But apparently, yeah, yeah.
So
Mm.
when I was in France not too long ago, I would perform, at this little school they have up in the city where we were in, and we would practice over there, and literally people would when I was would start singing and practicing Don Jose, people would literally start like coming from around the corner and standing at the gate watching me, through the window sing and practice. And then one day I had a couple of people walking and said they saw me, they remember standing at the gate watching me a couple of days before. They said, "Man, I heard you about 4, 5, 6 blocks away."
Exactly. Yeah, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, here I am, him just, and I'm in my mind, I'm barely opening my mouth, I'm barely singing, and like they like 5, 6 blocks away, man. I'm hearing you all the way down there, man. How it's just unbelievable how this technique just kind of lends itself to just making it work easy with ease.
Precisely. And I want to share something similar when I was in Berlin and we were
Hmm.
doing that Elvis, If I Can Dream song.
Hmm.
Um, apparently, the Germans really love Elvis over there. And so
Yeah, they
um,
do.
And so when I was singing that, I'd get all these middle-aged men, and then also these middle-aged women would come and sit at the back of the church. And of course, my voice echoed like crazy. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, that probably welcomed them in, going, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Elvis is in the building again."
Man, Elvis has entered the chat.
Exactly, Elvis has entered the chapel. The Berlin Chapel.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome, man. So how's everything just been going in general?
Like I said, um, really just working on the sea shanties, making sure that the a cappella
Mhm.
um, is right on top, and then also putting my resumes forward for what you call it. Hi, is it Jaziki? And
Giselle, and
Jazeel,
then
yeah,
Jace loves birdies. Jace loves birdies. I like birdies too. So
Jason love birdies
bird.
too. I think we both love birdies.
We both love birds a lot because birds talk to us very
They
very
do.
similarly. Birds literally come and have like because I mean so I remember the first time that I was able to really get that like telepathy connection with the bird with the birds. I remember I was walking around the LSU lakes. This was maybe back in 20. This was during this was right before the pandemic started. Okay, I was walking, and when I walked, and I'll sing and walk at the same times and stuff like that. And I was walking around LSU here around campus, and I heard this bird, and it sort of, but I heard energetically, I was like, it just started to tell me things and say, hey, it's like, hey, look over here, and I was like, what's going on? What's wrong? And then I walked up to the edge of the where the LSU the lake is. I looked down, and there was a snake. Okay, the snake was there, and it was like saying it was the birds was just. And I promise you, it energetically said, "Watch out, watch out." I said, and I told this bird, I said, "It's just a garden snake. It's not gonna do anything to anything to you. It's not gonna. It's you're perfectly fine." And I sat in front where the snake was, and I sat, right behind the snake, just not too that close, but close, way closer than the bird apparently thought I should have been. And
Exactly.
because the bird was like blah blah blah, and I'm like, girl, you can sit down right here. I promise you. I sat down, and the bird just started to chop 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 chop. I was like, and then all of a sudden the bird shut up, and I was like, oh, okay. So all of a sudden, myself, this snake, and this bird, and the snakes are perfect gentlemen, by the way. Me and myself and the jerk and the bird, the bird came down and literally gave me like a little mini voice lesson.
What's this? Christopher
The
Cooper.
bird,
Honeybird is little from Little Nicky, evil as fuck.
right?
No
No
single
single
ones have
woman,
said.
no,
Love it.
right? Not one, not one. Yeah, but let me tell you, that bird kind of gave me a little bit of a voice lesson. It's like you said, and we sat there, around, about 5 minutes. I said, all right, I'm gone, and I went on my walk. That was the first time I heard it as clear. My alarm is finally going off for Sam talking about meet with Sam. I'm gonna take a picture of
Hmm.
it just because I think it's cool. But it was one of the first times I heard it so clearly, so very clearly, and believe it or not, it was not too far, um, not too far. Was it but happened before that was when that plant touched my forehead. So all that stuff happened around the same time. When the vine, I don't know if you remember me telling you about the vine that grew inside of the, and just to touch me on my forehead.
Definitely. Well,
Oh yeah.
yeah. The third eye has a lot of things to explain for, doesn't it?
It's an interesting thing, man. It would just be happening. But this week
Mm.
has been really well, last week.
Someone just said hi as well, man. So let's just wave back to them. Hi.
Hello Sarah, how are you doing? Leon Phelps said a wonderful phrase. What's that phrase? But yeah, this being connected to everything, like this with these birds and these things. But yeah, this connection is what I have been, literally been focusing on a lot for the past week. But I don't know if I remember me telling you that I've had like such great vocal advances. Think I have learned so much about the voice uh, for the past couple of weeks. And but this past week, I kind of like we were talking about it a little bit on our conversation the other day. I've kind of like just allowed more of a philosophical approach to learning happen, you know it was one of those things where I have, like I said, like I told you then, yeah, a couple days ago, like my friend is visiting, is here, and she's staying with me and my roommate right now. And we are literally having, really really good times, and building each other up and encouraging each other and getting, helping each other, just what friends do, and I have talked. I want to talk a little bit about Mary Poppins.
Exactly.
I,
Here
I
it
say
comes.
I say I
The
say
old N
all
word poppins.
I say all that to say that I want to talk about nigga Poppins, right?
Yeah.
Like, okay. So I want to talk about nigga Poppins because nigga Poppins is real. It is real, and and I call nigga Poppins just because of how the where I come from, and being a black person, my friend coming to visit is like a nigga Poppins moment where she comes into she just pops in and comes into the space and helps transform the energy, right? And we come together for this thing where we all need each other, and then boop, she gonna pop out and go somewhere else, and be that nigga Poppins for the other people, for someone else and somewhere else. And and it is it's such a powerful understanding of the energy that we have to create with each other, right? That in order to be able to give and take, in order to have reciprocity, in order for people not to feel taken advantage of, in order to be able to, regardless of who is saying the most at the time, this is, and it's so that the energetic forces are aligned in such a way that we are all benefiting from what's happening and what's being said in such an equal way. That right there has been the crux of my past week.
That she's come into your life again in the exact time you need her. Yeah.
In the exact same time I need her, man. In the exact same time that I need her, it was like it was ordained. Ordained. And but also that space
Mm.
is where I am with everything. It's everything, and how I'm thinking and by moving, how I'm thinking about what's going on here, how I'm thinking about the voice. I'm in that space of just popping in where I need and go. And it's such a it's such a beautiful place to be here. So this is what my week has just been, in the awareness and the evolution of that.
That's beautiful, man. Yeah. And so
Yes.
I know a lot of us need that person in our lives a lot because
Mhm.
I feel that there's been a collective depression lately. Even myself,
Mhm.
there's been a bit of depressive energies around, and yeah, that you've got someone like that in your
Mhm.
life really comes
But
into it.
what is
Yeah.
this? But what is this? This is nigga Poppins right here. Look what where we have come together to co-create in ourselves, right? We've popped in. We have filled in a void through connection. The ability to talk like this to another person, to bounce off ideas, the ability to create with other people. We just like, it's like we just having these little pop in moments.
Definitely. Chris Cooper seems to be posting a lot, man.
Yeah,
which is good. We've never had someone post that much in the chat these
I
sessions
don't know
before.
what's going on. I think we need to leave Chris Cooper alone and let him just go ahead and post. He's
I
doing
think
his
so.
job, unless he starts saying something different. But yeah, man. But yeah. So, what else? How have you been? Anything? What was how, spiritually? How
I
was the
love
week
that.
for you?
What's been going on as the fingers
Well,
tingle?
so I talk with my hands. I am one of those people.
Yeah,
I
I
do
think we
this
all do.
all the
Don't worry.
time. It's like I know it's one of those things where when I'm on here, I'm grappling with whether or not I should allow that to be a part of the presentation, or do I let them go? So it's just me trying shit out and seeing
Exactly.
what.
Yeah, man. Just really good with audition after audition at the moment, and then good night, Chris Cooper. Thank you for being here. And yeah, so auditioning for Les Mis, auditioning for Hunchback of Notre Dame, and
Dans Jean Valjean,
yeah, definitely, yeah, yeah.
that's one of
I
my dream
feel,
roles.
yeah, mine too, and we bid you adieu. Don't let the sea
Adieu,
take you.
adieu,
Adieu,
notre
adieu,
petite,
and you, and you, and you. Yeah,
adieu, notre petite table.
exactly. And so yeah, so auditions for Les Mis and auditions for Quasimodo for the Hunchback of Notre
Mm,
Dame.
I can
Yeah,
definitely hear you singing that, man.
me too. It's just there's
I
some
can
moments in
definitely
that
hear you singing that.
out there hope monologue that he does at the very beginning that
Mm-hmm.
sort of has a bit of quickness. But I think once I learn what the lyrics are, I'd be good with it. But when you listen to it, you're going, holy shit. That
Oh
goes like
man,
the clappers in that part. I'm like
who
going, I'd
gives a
really have to
who,
know what I'm singing
who
in
gives
that
a
part
care?
if I get it
Who gives a
wrong.
care?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you put that touch on it, man, it's gonna be absolutely
Mm,
phenomenal.
definitely.
I don't even think you should even care about that, man. Once that Sam touch get on it, it's gonna
Stamp of approval.
man. Once you put that stank on it, brother, it's gonna be perfectly fine. I wouldn't need, but that's something to not even worry about it, man.
Yet
That's
again,
something.
yeah. Well, yet again, it's imposter syndrome keeping forward, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And that when you're hearing something tricky and you go, oh,
Mm-hmm.
flabbergasted.
Man,
How am
yeah,
I going to do that? Yeah. And the
exactly.
old imposter steps forward. Yeah.
It'll step his old ugly head forward every
Yeah.
doggone time. Let me tell you, I used to had audition anxiety for a long time. For a while,
Really?
yeah,
I wouldn't
man.
have known that. Wouldn't have thought about that with you, man. You're pretty
Oh
always
man,
confident with things.
no, man, I have learned over the years to cut modesty out of my vocabulary in every sense of the word. I think modesty is a trap, right? Because what
Hmm.
happened was I would practice modesty, and for some reason, the way modesty has been taught to me and taught through the experiences that I have experienced, modesty is such a way of life, right? That it was always not putting yourself showing up as who you are, as who you need to be. I would practice modesty so well that when the person that I said I was needed to show up, it was nowhere to be found. The only the mediocrity lived there, which is why you hear me talking myself up all the time now, man. I walk around this
Definitely.
place talking about how beautiful, man, how beautiful I am. Look, let me tell you, half the time I'm sitting up here on this camera, I'm saying, yeah, I need to lose a few little pounds, but man, you was beautiful. That's what I'm saying to myself all the doggone time. I don't live.
Well, I can just see you at the same time as having a comb, getting it out of your hair, and going, "Damn, I look good. Damn, I
You
look
hear me?
beautiful.
You hear me?
Get into that beard."
I almost need look. I need to comb it through and get it and trim it up. I need a haircut, but
Mm,
I ain't getting one. But it was like I don't live in modesty because modesty is the
mm.
biggest trap, man, in the world. It is so man made, and I don't want it. I don't want it. So when I lived in that modesty, man, I feared everything, everything I
Well, when
wanted.
Yeah, we're taught to be modest in primary school, high school. Thinking
Mhm.
about it and observing it yet again
Church.
as what I was saying. Yeah, church as well. That's yet again the somewhat indoctrination, if you want to see that perspective as well with it,
Mhm.
of what the church indoctrinates you with. If you're not modest, if you're not humble, then you're sinning again, and you need to go and confess it and go,
Mhm.
"Oh, Daddy, I've been naughty. Punish me, Daddy." No, it's Father. I have sinned.
Lord,
Lord, Lordy, Lordy.
man. But yeah,
Time
but
to get out the mallet.
hmm but
Hmm.
it's a wild thing, man. Because like I remember saying to myself like going places, and I remember saying, man, I was so I'm so much better than this, and I know it, and I know it. And then I started to learn a little bit and think a little bit more about this ego, right? Because I think that is all ego as well, right? And what happens is that we overwork work that motherfucker. We overwork the ego.
Mm.
We make him do way entirely too much shit. The ego wants to sit around and be naked and 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 do the bare minimum in the world. The ego just wants to sit around and like comment, oh, that tree's beautiful. That's all it wants to do. And then we decide that we're gonna allow the ego to make us care about my in the realm of life and so the ego has to go out there and then boom we name that bitch something that it is not. We start to name the ego imposter, and it's the
Mm.
same person the whole time. It's him.
Yeah.
It's him. It is him. And man, let me tell you, when I got this, man, I didn't want to lose it. But it's a fleeting thing, right? It's a
Mm.
fleeting thing. So that's why I had to start talking to me and gassing my head up, telling myself how good I am, how bright I shine. Look in the mirror, talk to myself, tell me how sexy I look, how I feel, how wonderful I am, how smart I am. I believe I told myself so much that I'm how much of a genius I am that I become more and more of a genius every day.
Exactly. And you allow that depression to come forward, don't you? Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. You
So
allow
in a
it.
way, it's basically
Exactly.
rewiring, and rebalancing that ego, that everything, that
Mm-hmm.
id. Yeah, yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
It
Perfect example of what the ego is, the id. So
yeah, man.
thank you whoever brought that forward just then, because yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the id is our ego, and we need to, as I've been taught in the past, as you just said as well, Curry, it's the finding the rebalancing
Mm-hmm.
and the almost rewiring of the ego, to
Mm-hmm.
bring forward what we need. And exactly with the "I love myself unconditionally," I think I'm
Mm-hmm.
beautiful messages are exactly what we
Mm-hmm.
need, and um, they all I feel like they also help us not get trapped in the, oh, I need to go to the gym every 5 fucking minutes. It's the, I'm beautiful the way I am, and I and if I want to upgrade myself, I'll go to the gym, or I'll go for a run, or I'll go for a swim. Yeah.
But
Mm,
it's also the person that allows you to eat them extra tacos.
exactly. There's that. That's what I mean when I say balance, because
Yeah, yeah,
there
yeah,
has
yeah.
to be a balance in everything.
That's
Yeah,
it
yeah,
has to.
yeah.
It's like I know I only need this extra taco. I know I ain't.
Mm,
And then you wake up one day and you realize you did how I got this doggone big. How I got here. And then you're like, oh, psh, you lost time. You lost track of time. In the same but a different kind of way. I'm just adding to the story, to the narrative, because I find it so like fascinating how much here on this plane you get what you want, right? Like you just get it, you get it. So you just get it. Like it's like whatever your mind thinks, you getting it.
Eventually, yeah. As my spirit guides always say, Curry, there is a catch up process to it all. You
Of
don't get it
course,
straight away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you're right in that respect of yeah, you do eventually get it. Of
you
course,
get
you
it.
put your mind to it, you put the intention behind it, and it's basically just like manifesting through meditation or through anything,
Hmm.
or just
Hmm.
even as you said, you put your mind to it and you eventually get it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
get it. You get it. So I've just been in this you know it's just such a beautiful awareness to how much we create, and we get to move this thing. But I have been practicing a different
I just
changing
want to
my.
share something quickly before
No,
you go on,
do.
man. Yeah, of what we were just talking about of
Sure.
getting what you want and putting it out there in intention. What I learned recently in a course, and I guess it would help both of us and
Hmm.
whoever's listening in the end, is more the anchoring technique,
Hmm.
promoting anchoring light for what you want to
The unseen
gravitate it
tree.
more towards you. Yeah, yeah. So the anchoring, and it's also a very big. I hear it's a very big psychological technique these days to
Hmm.
anchor
Hmm.
what you're wanting for your mind, for where your mind wants to be, for where your body
Sure.
wants
Let's
to
do it.
be.
Let's do it.
But
Let's talk
yeah,
talk through
talking
it, and
about
then let's
anything though. But yeah,
let's do it.
that's yeah, yeah. Let's do it, and that's a huge mindset shifter.
Yeah,
The
I'm ready,
anchoring
man. I'm
techniques. Yeah,
ready.
yeah,
Go ahead. I'm
yeah.
just talking.
No, no, all
Keep.
good. Yeah, but that's the other analogy that you can bring forward, and the other perspective you can bring forward of mindset shifting, of
Mhm,
anchoring, and really then quantum leaping with anchoring at the same time is even
mhm,
more powerful because you're
mhm,
visualizing and seeing and bringing that new version of you and that item that you're wanting in your life
mhm,
forward,
mhm,
or that house, or that abundance of food to be able to eat more healthily. Like if you're needing to
mhm,
eat more greens or you're needing to eat more
mhm.
vegetables and you don't have the money for it yet, then you promote that quantum leap and you anchor
Yeah,
that intention forward. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Let's do a can you lead us into a practice? Let's do something. Let's do one. Let's do a and like a meditation, like a visualization thing for it.
Yeah, man.
Do you have one in mind?
I've got too many, so I'll put the floor out to you
No,
to
no,
see
no,
what
no,
you want to bring forward.
no, no. You brought this up, man. I wanted you, so give us a
All
good,
right.
give us one that you brought this up, and I think this is a very important conversation. This is also why you're thinking of one. Because this is such
Mm.
a very important conversation, that we need to have because it was one of those things where I've had to, had to learn, in the voice, this anchoring, this grounding thing, which is why the name the unseen tree is so befitting here. Because there's this thing about grounding that all of a sudden made levitation with the voice so much more easier when I started to put that into practice. So I'm excited. Let's and then here we are, two people who are in the energy that we carry for us to do a meditation, to do a technique, a visual thing here
And
is gonna put.
would you be down to going into a bit deeper with a hypnosis quantum leap anchoring, or
Let's
is that
try it.
too much?
Let's no, no,
Let's
no.
go.
Let's
Give
try
it a
it.
shot. All right.
I mean, look, look,
Let's
look.
do it.
Let's and let's learn.
Yeah,
Let's
definitely.
learn.
All right, man. So I want you to start by getting into a comfortable position. Are you feeling comfortable, or is there a bit of
Yes,
tightness or tension on the chair? Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
feeling
yeah.
comfortable.
Now I just want you to re-regulate your nervous system, and everyone can copy us while we do this. It's quite easy. It's breathing 3 times in through the nose and exhaling out through the mouth. And that just with the intention of releasing anything that's not yours and reclaiming everything that is yours. And we begin with exhaling Inhaling. Get the word right, Sam. Through the nose. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale through the mouth. And inhale through the nose again. Hold for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale through the mouth. Let those shoulders drop. Let that gut be emerging. One last time. In through the nose. Hold for 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Exhale through the mouth. All right, fantastic. And now I really want you to start visualizing now, Curry. This is the initial stage of going deeper into hypnosis, subconscious mind development. And with this is complete safety and completely also tapping into your visualization as we begin this. I want you to imagine now and visualize a 300-pound elephant and just feel that weight in your third eye. You can cup your hands and try and feel that weight of what the elephant might feel like. But just try and feel what you've felt in the past as the heaviest thing that your hand has ever held. And just start feeling that in your eyelids now. And when I click my fingers, if you can open your eyes still, that's perfectly fine. We're just starting to begin this process. So open your eyes now. That's perfect. Close your eyes. Now I want you to just imagine and visualize two 200-kilo weights in your third eye. Look at how heavy they are. And yet again, just place your hands and feel a weight that you've always felt in your hands before. And bring that weight up into your eyelids to begin to feel that heaviness. But when you feel like you can open your eyes, you cannot. But when I click my fingers soon, but not yet, you would try to open your eyes. And if you can, that's still great because this is just the initial stages. But try to open your eyes now, Curry. And you will feel a heaviness, even if you can still. That's fantastic. Now that we've created that heaviness in your eyelids, let's go deeper. Hypnosis is completely safe. In fact, you go into it nearly every day, be it daydreaming or losing track of time. So just for now, listen to the calming sound of my voice as I guide you down the staircase that you will begin to visualize soon. And now, I want you to start to see either a golden or a silver staircase, Curry, with beautiful handrails on either side for your safety. But I want you also to acknowledge and visualize at the same time that your feet know exactly what to do. They will either step down the steps or you will even feel a levitation or a floating feeling. Whatever occurs is personally for you. So just nod your head when you see either the red or black stairs in front of you. Fantastic. And from 10 to 1, 1 being completely in your subconscious mind, let us begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, deeper and deeper now, feeling your bottom melt into your chair. And if you feel the need, you can fall back. Remember how it feels when everything is going your way. Remember that blissful feeling, Curry. 7, 6, and 5, almost there now. Deeper and deeper. Remembering your bliss. Remembering how it feels when everything goes your way and everyone is happy. You are happy. The world only sees Curry. 4, 3, and 2, deeper and deeper now. More relaxed. And 1, you are now in the deepest recesses of your subconscious mind, Curry. Take a look around, and it could either be in front of you, to your left, right, or behind you. But just gently try and locate your vortex tunnel, and when you have, just nod your head gently. Fantastic. Now I want you to start moving towards your vortex tunnel, Curry. This could either have tentacles coming down of either color, or it could look like a carnival ride with the spiral in front of it and multiple lights around it. Or it could look like the Willy Wonka boat ride, already with pictures and moving pictures on either side, which is exactly what we want to see when we go into it itself. And from 5 to 1, 1 being where we need to go, need to be, gently step up on 5, 4, and 3, starting to see the moving pictures of your life streaming past you, feeling your hands up against the tentacles of whatever color they need to be for you. You gently move them out of the way and continuously see what you need to see on either side of you. 2, gently seeing a golden celestial light in front of you with white clarity, Curry, stepping forward, almost blinding but still with clarity. And 1, stepping down now. And when you find yourself in clarity, Curry, I want you to bring forward the message of what you wish to anchor today in your deepest subconscious. The message that could either be for the group, us two, or for yourself. And when you have it, just nod and share it with us.
Disbelief kills dreams.
Fantastic. Now with 5, gently rising now. 4, floating above you. 3, seeing what you're bringing forward and anchoring with clarity, but going into high perspectives to see what you need to see also at the same time, but the lessons stepping forward. 2 and 1, You should see now everything around you is a white sheet of paper with a dot in the middle. Hearing the highest perspectives, Curry stepping forward. But at the same time, I want you to visualize what this version of you would look like, how powerful they would feel. Is there a name stepping forward for them that is different to your
Seraphim.
own? Fantastic. Now, can you see Seraphim in front of you? What do they look like? Do they look different to you, or do they look the same as you?
Just like me.
I want you to ask them the question, how do I how do I draw you closer to me? How do I anchor you within me constantly? How do I release the fear to allow you to step forward more and phase into me as the seraphim that we need to be? Just nod your head when they've delivered all the answers, Curry. Fantastic. And with those answers now, Curry, I want you to say, I release all fears and I invite you, Seraphim, into me wholeheartedly and I anchor you. And I say yes 10 times over and anchor you constantly into my life. And as I breathe and as my vessel aches for you, I welcome you in each day. And I use this prayer and anchoring technique to find the light that is you, Seraphim. Everything that is you. And now, Curry, I want you to shoot out your anchor now from your solar plexus, which is near your diaphragm, and your heart at the same time. And with the answers, all the answers that Seraphim has brought forward to you of how to bring them closer to you, I want you to shoot them out from both those chakras right now, seeing the color of green and the color of golden, yellow, shooting forward with your anchors. And right now, at the same time, Curry, I want you to find out for yourself and also ask Seraphim, what is my anchor that I can use? It could either be thumbs up or pointing at them. But it's personally for you. Ask them now, Curry, as you are anchoring them in with your light, the heart and the solar plexus, drawing them closer and closer. What is your anchor that is personally both for you to bring you into oneness each day? Fantastic. Now that you know that, remember, remember the thumb, remember the gesture, Curry. That is your anchoring with Seraphim each day. Bring that forward each day. And as you re anchor with your heart and solar plexus, I want you now to receive the redness of your root chakra shooting forward with golden light at the same time and anchoring into seraphims at the same time as well. drawing them ever closer, releasing all fears in the moment, promoting only unconditional love, understanding and observed truth. You should start to see them drawing closer now, heading to you, Curry. I want you to reach out now and hug them in a huge, unconditionally loving embrace and help them phase into you so that you and Seraphim become one and you know the energetic feeling of what it feels like to become one with them so that you can promote this each day moving forward. And just nod your head, Curry, when you're ready to come back to us. Fantastic. Now want you to thank Seraphim for everything they have offered you today and becoming one with them and yourself and finding the anchor that is personally for you. And now, Curry, are you ready to return to your vessel? Fantastic. And with 5, gently falling back down. 4, 3, almost there now. 2, and 1. You're back in your subconscious mind, Curry. And as we come back forward into your vessel with 5, 4, starting to twiddle your fingers, twiddle your thumbs, feeling the grounded nature on Gaia again. 3, 2, start rolling your head, and then start opening your eyes now, gently and softly. And welcome back, man, with 1. How was that?
Oh man, that was pretty dope, brother. That
What
was
were you saying
pretty
with what were you saying when
awesome.
Seraphim stepped forward for you?
So Seraphim has talked to me before, right?
Mm-hmm. Of
So this is not my first contact with Seraphim. This is the
course
first
not.
time that um that I've um connected to Seraphim on a physical feeling of on bliss.
As you always keep reiterating, yeah, definitely.
So that was a bliss boost.
Exactly. And did they step how did they step forward? Like golden humanoid or was it different difference? Is it just golden light?
Golden light, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
golden light. So so I go into my vortex all the time, but this was
Mm.
such a beautiful way to go into your vortex. Thank you for this. I'm going to be using some.
Definitely. It's the whole point of it, man.
Man,
Yeah, yeah.
man, you hear me? Thank you so much for that. So I go into my vortex all the
And I
time,
hope
right?
the audiences who observe this session do so as well, because it's a powerful
Yeah.
being in the subconscious mind. You find a lot
Yes.
of shit that you don't
Ooh,
recognize. Yeah.
yes.
Or you
Yes.
might even recognize and go, hey, I forgot about that.
100%.
Yeah.
But I go into this vortex, all the time, especially when I go into my meditative state. I breathe myself into different levels of meditation. But this was pretty
Mhm.
doggone deep here, and I'm
Yeah,
so
man, because
grateful.
you were in
And once I've
subconscious
all
mind territory. Yeah.
yes, and once once you go into that state, you can always go back. But I can always go back now,
Mm,
and it's one of those things where um, I get to see inside of the dust, if that makes
exactly.
sense,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
So
The
I get to
golden
see,
dust.
yes, exactly.
Mm,
So I get to see Seraphim, right? But I get to see Seraphim, here
mm.
as the collective of the amount of dust that comes together, in the inner energy. I get to see her in in and I say her
Mm.
specifically, you know,
Yeah.
um, to come into space because
So she felt
I've
very
had
divine feminine when she came into you at the very
and
end, did
so
she?
of
Yeah.
course 100%
Yeah.
divine feminine. It's like,
Mm.
but remember we were talking right just a couple days ago when I was telling you about how this perspective of woman of men or women kind of
Mm.
thing. This is this. Do you see the connection there? What I'm saying? It's such a powerful expression, right? You
Mm.
know, and the crazy thing about that it is so freaking masculine. You know that we would call masculine, right? But it's so freaking feminine.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, this is just if you I could share a little bit of what Seraphim told me, about
Those
how to
do. Yeah.
be more
Mm.
integrated with her is that I already am. You already are,
Mm.
and which was confirmation,
Validation. Yeah.
but and validation, but also that this needed to happen.
Exactly. And I
That
could
this.
feel myself being reflected in the session with you, Curry. I could feel that mirroring aspect in that,
Yes.
and Seraphim probably even stepping forward a little bit, saying, "Now we need to go here. Now you need to say this," sort of thing. That mirror
Yeah.
reflection of me as a practitioner helping you being guided more, because then
Mhm.
yeah, it sort of felt guided by spirit to take you to the
Mhm.
next level. It didn't
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
like, well, even though it wasn't me stepping forward with the information, it was definitely more spirit subtly stepping forward at the same
Yeah.
time in that mirror
Yeah.
aspect. Yeah.
And the anchoring that you provide allowed me to freely without having to put energy towards my well-being,
Mm, it's
because the
powerful
truth
shit, isn't
is, yes, right,
it?
because the truth is let me tell you, when I astral I do all this shit. This is how I live my life. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? I do. There is a level of thinking, of anchoring self, right? That you have to be there, and to have someone who you get to trust, to be an anchor, so you can freely create without having to think about that part of it was um um one of the most beautiful things that I've ever experienced from a human being.
thanks, man. Because I just heard being in service, being in service to you right there. Yeah. Mm,
Do you hear me?
yeah.
Do you hear me? I have not haven't met someone that will allow me the anch to be the anchor in that spiritual place of vulnerability, right? Where I did not have to to ever question. It's almost like your mind does not did like I did not know it existed.
Exactly. And most people don't. And that's what breeds skepticism half the time, because that's what I love bringing people into subconscious mind, because the people, just like what you're saying just now as well, of it's a completely new experience for me. I never felt like I could, as you used, completely use the word, I've never felt like I could be so blissful. Yeah, I
Yes, but
didn't
I was able to
feel like
just
I could ever
integrate its
be
bliss.
in such a tranquil moments. Yeah, and
Yes,
finding both
yes,
self and um, building relationships with spirit that I thought was all
yes.
woo woo. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I
Those
talk,
like sort of responses. Yeah,
yeah, because this bliss for me is real, man. I don't play around with
yeah,
bliss,
man.
but I don't play around with my bliss
No
at
denying
all, at
it.
all. So
Mm,
it was such a great integration of bliss, right? It was like it was because there are levels to this bliss. When I first started, I didn't feel like I felt before today. The bliss didn't feel that as strong, but I can tell you that the amount of energy that I would put in my mind, of being, of keeping myself physically in bliss was, heavy. I was doing, putting all the as much energy, all my energy there. Seraphim was saying, I've been here to lighten this load, nigga. Excuse my language.
I
I've been here
love
to
it.
lighten this load. And you're not listening to me. I'm here to
There
give
it is.
you
There it is. Yeah, you're not listening to me. Yeah, you're not observing me. Yeah.
no, I observe her.
Um,
Let's not so, we ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna say that. Because I do
well,
observe
so hang
her.
on. So you're not listening, but you have been observing.
I
Let's
have
say
been
it that way
observing.
then. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. You have been
and
observing.
and I have been following because I know her name.
Mm,
How would I know her name?
mm,
You see what I'm saying? And and
mm.
and I have talked about her to friends, and and listening and observing, listening and following passively, and following passively. So I there's this integration, kind of like, it's like a co-driver's seat, right? It's like I put it on my body, and like we're both kind of doing it
Mm.
without like, just on automation. We're working at, it's like the Transformers when they get together and put on and connect, and connect in that kind of way. They transform into and to the super transformer, and they come together. That's what it's like.
That's some pretty powerful shit, man.
That's the best way to describe it. This
Mm.
was fun, brother.
Yeah, man. I'm
Dude,
glad you
this was
enjoyed it. Yeah,
fun. This was
definitely a new
fun.
experience, isn't it? Yeah.
Whoa, 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 whoa. How
And
much
now
did
you
you?
can sort of see even just that small snippet of
Brother,
it that you
brother,
experienced,
this is going to
how
make my healing.
powerful it can be for powerful it can be for also healing trauma and
100%.
and everything else like anxieties, stage fright, anything you can think of. Go into the
But
subconscious
also,
mind. It's there, baby. It's there. Yeah.
how much my hands radiate, just I can boost like this.
Oh, yeah.
My healing
Tap in.
frequencies are like,
Yep.
and I was already, you know how powerful my
Mm.
man, man, because I used to, I can make mine hot or cold. I can make it as strong as I need to. This is like, it's like not having to make. This is like, it just knows. This is like a, like, Seraphim is dope.
Yeah. Most spirit guides are. Yeah. So it's
But
lovely for
it
Seraphim to
looks
step in
exactly like
forward.
me.
Yeah.
Exactly like
Mm-hmm.
me. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly like me. Has locks. Um um Wears a lot more el- elaborate kind of clothes, and has, like, has the locks have like fire that can come out of them.
Now, what did but that was big. When I hear you say that, Curry, that's because Seraphim is a version of you that has no fear. They step
Yeah.
forward and they're like, "Here I am, world. Fucking love
Hmm.
me or fucking don't. I don't give a flying
Yeah.
fuck." Sort of thing.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. And Seraphim is, yeah, 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 yeah. So, I have,
Seraphim is dope.
oh, Seraphim is dope as, you hear me? So, so I've, like I said, I have been getting following passively. You know, I I I personally wanted to learn some things since the first moment I saw her float in my room here. Float above me in my room, in this physical form,
Mm.
beautiful golden but white golden type of energy, and just floated down. And I was like, okay, nice to see you. You can hang around, but mostly just like the other people, these other spirits out here in the background.
Mm.
I got stuff I want to learn. I
Exactly.
see you, but I got stuff I
Yep.
want to learn. So, I've learned them. Okay, we're gonna see what's up now. Okay, okay, I see. Okay, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it so much better. So, did you pay? So, question: Did you pay for this class?
Yeah, yeah, you sort of have to because yeah,
How
it's a
much
sort
is
of
it?
give and take approach. It was a few thousand because
Two
those
thousand.
sort of classes.
They,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
and they don't have and they don't have
But
any
you get so
scholarships.
much.
They
The one
don't
I
have
did, you
scholarships for
get.
Negroes.
Yeah,
And
you
for
do. You
I
do.
mean, these
Yeah.
people these people should have scholarships
Mm.
for especially for indigenous South. Is an Australian.
Yeah, it's in Australia at the moment. It's not international
Man,
yet. Yeah,
they should
but I'm
have
sure you can
minority
find. I'm sure
scholarships
you can. It's very. It's very.
because I ain't paying to go nobody's
Yeah.
school.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well,
I would take this course. I would take
I
it
definitely got a lot.
instantly.
I definitely got a lot out of it because it was a multi-practitioner course,
Hmm.
and so of course
But
breath work, meditation,
hmm
hypnosis,
so
somatic to really sort of
oh
blend
yeah,
with the
yeah, yeah,
Reiki stuff that I already know,
all that,
and so
all
yeah,
that.
it all, and then also we learned a lot of about quantum physics as well, so
Quantum
we
physics,
learned how
because
to
I've been learning.
integrate that,
I have learned a
and then
lot
also
about quantum
yeah,
physics lately. But go ahead, go
mm,
ahead. Yes, that's part of that's
and then
part of the
also a
learning that
lot
I want
about
to do.
yeah, a lot about how interconnecting each religion is with
Oh,
the
one
quantum
hundred
physics
percent.
and with everything and that was really what I love because of course my spirit guides have always told me, Sam, when I asked them, oh, what's the best religion, they said there is none. Each one has their own truth. Each one
They
speaks
lead you.
speaks each
They
one
lead you to the
speaks
same thing.
yeah, exactly, each one speaks fragments of the truth, so each one will lead you down a similar path but at the same time will just diverge into different aspects for their own narrative, but at the same time, it still speaks a truth. Yeah, yeah.
One day, I would like us to have a series of talks on religion, because I think
That'd be great,
that's
man.
a
I'd have to.
very
I
very
definitely feel. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'd have to channel
yes,
big time with that one because I'd have to bring
yes.
forward my spirit guides and possibly even yours to
Mhm.
really sort of have that balanced approach of where you're coming from and where I'm coming from. Yeah,
Exactly.
in the
See,
duality of
because
things. Yeah, yeah.
I think it doesn't. I think it does not even require all of that, because I think it requires and two understandings. One
Mm,
is that we are here to have a
mm,
conversation, and two is that there's nothing said here in a space when we talk about religion that is said to hurt my feelings.
mm,
These are things that we have learned, that we have to learn about each other in order to get a full glimpse of how we got to this place we are when it comes to religion. Because what has to happen is that I have to realize and understand that your salvation may not ever sound like mine.
and it won't.
Ever.
I can tell you right
And it,
now.
and ever. And in so
Yeah.
many ways, it could be so far off.
Mm.
But how you got to the point that you are here now is how you got here. So there should be nothing when talked to in this way that should be ever made personally.
Mm.
If I say that I don't personally don't believe that this is this, if I say I believe Jesus is the savior, if I say that,
Mm. That's your prerogative. Yeah. Yeah.
then there's nothing about it. If you say I think Satan is my best friend,
Well, I kind of do. There is there is
that's why
duality
I
with Lucifer.
said it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Listen to me, friend. and I understand your perspective from this
Mm,
because I understand my personal spirituality.
mm.
And I get that, and I get it. But what we talk, but we talk when you talk about religion, those things are lost. I think one of the worst things that could have that we have and disservices that we have that happened with religion, especially modern religion and modern Christianity, is that we have that they both have been stripped of mysticism and personal spirituality. The dogmas, along with the doctrine, have made a mockery of the actual spiritual journey,
There is that truth. Yeah, yeah.
and it made us have such a narrow view of
Mm.
who Jesus is and what Jesus represents, and how your version and understanding of Jesus is the same thing, even though may not be saying the same thing. People do they are not able to have conversations on multidimensional with multidimensionality. They're incapable of it.
And do is mainly because of our root chakras being out of whack half the time, and us not being responsible to rebalance them as we know how
Exactly.
to, as self healers, as you know, and I
100%,
know
man.
too. And then they call upon us, me or you, as healers, to go, oh, I'm feeling all out of whack, I'm feeling all pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Am I going? No, you're not. It's just your
No, you're
chakra
not.
imbalance. Fucking hell, yeah.
Yep. Yep.
The
Go.
minute I come in and rebalance your chakra, you're going to be feeling better in the next, well, a matter of hours or the next day or two. You're going to
Mm-hmm.
go, fuck
Mm-hmm.
Sam or fuck Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Yeah,
I
man.
feel like I can jump over the moon. I can feel like
Yeah.
I can fly to the sun and not
Yep.
get burned,
Yep.
which
Yep.
is a
Yep.
pretty interesting story. But anyway, yeah. But
That's
that's the
a nice
power
little
of
mythology,
rebalancing it. Yeah,
like a little mythology of ancient Greek mythology that you just kind of fly to the sun without getting burned. I liked how you did that.
yeah, exactly. Well, it's interesting because I forgot to tell you about the folklore podcast that I was on recently that will be
Yes,
hopefully
talk to me about
produced.
it.
Yeah, produced in December because she said she's a
Hmm.
bit backdated with her
Hmm.
putting out a podcast on Spotify. Um, so yeah, the lovely woman named Tracy, and she's from
Hmm.
a small town outside of Chicago,
Hmm.
and so she's an American girl, and um, and yeah, we had a great conversation. I channeled um, Persephone or Persephones, as she
Hmm.
likes to call herself, in goddess of spring,
I already know who
underworld.
she
Great,
is. I
yeah,
already
yeah, she's
know.
beautiful. She's beautiful, man. She works
Yeah.
with me a lot. And then, of course, Hecate stepped forward, her
Hmm.
mysteriousness, and she brought
Hmm.
forward how she works with uh, looking after child and child abuse, and then
Hmm.
dogs and keys,
Hmm.
and opening, as you were saying just then, multidimensional doorways,
Hmm.
opening portals to the multidimensional doorways as well, and that's why the
Those
keys are so
animals be coming
important.
through, don't they?
Yeah, and then if you're hearing, she even said if you're hearing dogs barking,
Hmm.
that's
Animals
that.
be coming through.
Be observant as anything, because she said that's usually her going, "Hello,
Hmm.
I'm here. I'm working
Hmm.
with you, or I want to work with
Hmm.
you. So pay attention."
Yeah.
And there was something interesting that Tracy brought forward around the whole missing children and
Hmm.
children abduction and
Yeah.
child abuse thing that she works with, because she's and I'm sure she'd be okay with me telling her. Yes,
Well, is
yes, spirit saying yes.
hey, no, no,
And
no.
yeah,
Make sure.
yeah.
No, please make sure. Are you sure? Sure. Sure. Because make
Yeah, because
sure.
I even asked her on
Okay. Okay.
is that okay? Is this okay for sharing this story? And
Okay.
she
Great.
said yes. So
Because this is the
afterwards,
person that we
yeah.
want to to have as our guest, correct?
Sorry,
This is one of our potential guests, right?
no, no, no. This is the woman who interviewed me
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
on Tuesday. Yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
And I asked her the question, can I use your story? And she said
Okay.
yes. And so um, yeah. So apparently um, she'd when she was a child, she uh, accidentally put her hand in. Um, uh, she thought she had her hand in her mother's hand, and then all of a sudden she saw her mother from across the room, and she looked up, and there was this angry-looking man looking back down at her. And as he was about to whisk her away, something distracted him, and he lost contact with her hand. And what
Mm,
Hecate brought forward there was um, bringing forward a knife and cutting a string. And she said,
mm-hmm.
you were not fated." I love the word that she used, that fated to be
Mm,
taken that day.
mm,
And she said, "Sometimes I can't intervene, but with in your instance, I was able to step forward and
mm-hmm.
cut the
Mm-hmm.
ties between him and you
Mm-hmm.
were able to go back to your mother." Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I was the one who distracted him long enough to go, "Hello, look over here in frequency." Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and vibration. And he did, of course, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
severed the connection just as much as my knife did in the
Mm-hmm.
etheric realms. Yeah, and I thought,
Mm,
wow, shit, that's
mm.
something very interesting. And I go,
100%.
damn, heck, no wonder Hecate is so mysterious because she
Mm-hmm.
does shit like that, and you go and you all I knew of her was the dogs and the um and the keys to multidimensional
Mm-hmm.
realms. But
Mm-hmm.
when she brought forward that on Tuesday, and you just going, holy
Mm-hmm.
shit, yeah,
Mm,
man, that's something else. And then of course Tracy then brought forward another analogy of not analogy. She knew an ATF agent, and she asked her a
mm,
long time ago, "Do you work with psychics?" And she said, "Funnily enough, we do." And
mm-hmm.
what happened with her was they were using a psychic, and they found where the child was, but because, as I always use the term mirror aspect as well, and
Mm-hmm.
reflection,
Mm-hmm.
even in the title of my business,
Mm-hmm.
it was interesting that what Tracy brought up was that they didn't find it with the child buried where the psychic said, but it was a few meters in the
Mm-hmm.
opposite direction. And so
Mm-hmm.
if
Mm-hmm.
she'd flipped the mirror in her psychic mind, she
Mm-hmm.
would have been in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
So she wasn't exactly wrong, but at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
that was a great lesson for me as well, going into forensic medium investigation, such as missing
Mm-hmm.
people,
Mm-hmm.
in is remembering flip the reflection, flip the reflection in your mind,
Is it?
and that would
I
be
have a
where
question, if
the
you don't
perfect
mind.
place is half the time. Yeah,
I have a question for you. Is it flip it in your mind, or is it the place for the coin toss? Because
I think it's both. I think really it's
you know,
both.
do you understand what I'm
Yeah, yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Yeah,
Mm,
because I see so much of like at such a moments like this, right? That something has to be a wonder. That
mm,
if we continually go towards having to know the moment, the spot, we completely lose. We're constantly creating more timelines. We completely lose sight of being able to create a big picture. That
and I
would be
think that's what.
easier to
Yeah,
do it.
I think that's what Hecate was also bringing forward yesterday, Curry,
Yes,
in the form of don't get emotional, just keep observant. Yeah, just be always observant. Don't let emotion overtake what you're trying to find. Just always
exactly.
be
So
observant for the smallest detail. Yeah, yeah. Mm,
at some point, the detail needs to go, and you just have to leave it to a wonder. Let it be a wonder,
mm.
and
Well, yeah,
and
and then you
and
get to that point as well. Yeah. Mm,
boom. Yeah, and that's because I find that to be more freeing, but it also
mm,
I have more chances in it with it being a wonder of being able to find the spot
mm. So I think what
if I keep
definitely what
flipping
you're
if
bringing
I keep
forward is
flipping the coins.
definitely, yeah, yeah, definitely observe, then go into wonder. Sounds
Yes,
perfect. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes. Because
And then if you
then I
need to
just keep
flip the
flipping the
coin,
coin.
then if you feel like you need to flip the coin, do so. And
Do
then
so. Yes,
you've
your
got two
bliss will
then you've
tell
got
you. Bliss
two
will tell you.
options. You got two options if you're taking it to the police. Then and you
Ex-
instead you go if it could be there or it could be there. So search each one. Yeah, because
yeah,
it
yeah,
feels
yeah.
like they could be either or. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's and that way it's more powerful. That way the
Mm,
channeling itself is more powerful.
and if it's exactly like what Tracy brought up with, it was
Mm-hmm.
only a few meters away from where the
Only a
psychic
few
had
meters away.
found it.
Yep.
Then it's just like, yeah, all right, we'll check over here, and then if they're not there, we'll check over there,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm. It was
lo
it
and
was
behold, there they
to be
are. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
expected to be
Mm,
expected that it could be in a
the
position
vicinity. Yeah,
of
yeah,
vicinity of it because of this. I mean, to probably get to that pinpoint could have would have probably been a beautiful beautiful thing. But the amount of the amount of energy needed to create
exactly.
at some point you don't need to prove yourself to yourself nothing when you know
Mm. Yeah, well,
because you
that
already
that
there.
would be such a blissful feeling, Curry, to
Let's
have that feeling of I know they're there. I know the body's there, or I know they're hidden there. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
whole body. When I tell you, man, I don't play with my bliss. I do not play with this bliss, man, because what I'm telling you, what the other way of flipping that coin, man, that does the same thing. It is what it is. That's you can do it that way if you want. I don't see a problem with doing it. But this way, my bliss is always there. Always.
Always and forever.
I don't want that bitch to go nowhere. Especially with this boost of Seraphim, it can't nowhere. This bliss has to be here. I deserve this shit.
Exactly. You deserve it. You just said it right there.
I
I'm so proud of you.
deserve this shit. I deserve
Deserve the bliss.
every
Deserve the
ounce
bliss.
of it.
Well, man, I've got to go and get
Oh,
ready
go ahead, man. Yeah.
for my preview. Been lovely, and I think we've had
Oh
such
man,
an amazing experience
this
today.
was such
And,
a
and, and
dope,
let's
dope.
try and
Uh,
gauge it for maybe. Well, I'm not free Monday because I've got a radio interview to promote the show. But
mm.
let's try. How does Tuesday or Wednesday feel for you next week?
We do this Tuesday the same time.
Yeah,
So I'll make sure
sounds
that I
good.
put 9:30 in my phone this time, so I'll be 30 minutes early. But I think keeping it like this keeps me and this time thing. I need a whole assistant just because I'll be living so much in my creative freedom that
As
I
we
be
should
I,
be. As we should be.
man, but yeah, man, this was such a great day, man. Thank you so much for this
And you're gonna
friendship, brother.
let me know. You're probably gonna feel it, see the serendipity all around you now that you've done this anchoring technique. Yeah, and if you
Hmm.
keep doing that with the thumb each morning, you're gonna feel it even more so, and bring Seraphim even more into you more, man. Yeah, but yeah, remember that anchor and remember that heart, solar plexus, and root, and you're going, yep, no more
Hmm.
fear, only
Hmm.
Seraphim in me, and Seraphim
Hmm.
becomes me. Yep,
Hmm. Okay, let me go be
exactly.
whimsical and shit.
All right,
let me
man.
go be. Let me go
Ciao,
be.
everyone on live, and
All right.
ciao, Curry. See you next time, man.
This
Have a
was
good
dope,
one.
man. Thanks for this conversation, bro. Man. We had
Thank
some
you.
fun, man. This was
Not
fun.
just a conversation, but an experience.
This is an experience, brother. I can't wait.
Remember
I
the
can't wait to
thumb.
the next conversation. Oh, trust me. Trust me. This is a
See you on Tuesday,
practice.
man. Have a good one.
Have a
Ching
good one, man.
ching. Where are we? See ya. Where are we?